Good morning, friends. I'm going to talk about the femtosecond laser, which is used mainly in cataract surgery. But you know, friends, you must be remembering, this is the first laser can be used in multi-structure in ophthalmology. So far, we haven't have a laser which can be involved in the cataract, in cornea, and even in sometimes in the sclera also. Today, the femtosecond laser is useful for it's a step forward in cataract surgery. It assists and replaces many steps of the phacoemulsification. It is an alternate technology to reduce the ultrasound. It is a harmful effect of the ultrasound can be reduced by this procedure. It actually low energy sufficient to break the cataract. Remember that it's about 10 microjoule is used to break the nucleus. It's about 100 micron is the collateral damage to the surrounding structures. How does it act? It says in ultra fast, the short wavelength of a 600 femtosecond. This is focused in a particular point within the structure of the cataract. You get a plasma formation, you get a plasma expansion. The expansion of the plasma leads to shock wave creation, cavitation, and subsequently bubble formation. The bubble expands and then collapses. What it happens with that effect, you get a cleavage point within the cataract. The side effect, this collateral damage by this laser is only 100 micrometer in the dissipation. What are the purpose for which we are using femtosecond cataract? There are about 4 or 5 steps we are using it. One, making a corneal incision. Second, you use it for the arcuate keratotomy. The third, you can use it for capsulotomy. The fourth, you use it for segmenting and softening the nucleus. The important thing in this particular technology is the docking. The machine has you have to be connected to the eye by a method called docking. There are different methods available in docking. And I use a machine where I fit a contact lens and then dock on the cornea. You get an excellent anti-segment OCTs are available. You got a 3-dimensional view of the cornea, the anterior segment and the posterior capsule. And that's very, very important to help you out. Specific boundaries like iris, posterior capsule. Not only that, sometimes you see the posterior part of the cataract also you can identify preoperatively what is there any abnormality. You can, once you center everything, you can just laser pattern can be centered and then you can laser activation can be done. I'm just showing a small video how the normal femto is done. I'm just docking, the air bubble is disappearing. I'm just checking. I can see that there is one is the main incision. You get 2 side port incision. I have made it there, and then you center the capsular rhexis. You can center the capsular rhexis. Now you got the nucleus, the posterior capsule you can align. We normally keep around say 600 to 700 microns away from that. And then you can also decide your incision, how many millimeter away you want it from the travel within the cornea. Maybe about say 2 millimeter or 1.5 as per your wish. Then you can decide about your arcuate keratotomy. What is the thickness of the cornea for which you go? You decide on this about say 80% or 85 or 70%, whatever depth you wanted. So once you are done, so you feed all this information to the cataract, the laser is ready to fire. The laser is, when it delivers, it's a spiral delivery. You can remember that. It delivers on the anterior capsule. Then you can see that the capsulotomy is done. Once the capsulotomy is done, the next procedure is done is the nucleus segmentation. You have different methods of softening the nucleus. The center you can do grid pattern or you can soften or cylindrical pattern. There are many methods available. You can choose it. But I just want you to observe this nucleus. Any of the time, you get your pupil get constricted after your femtosecond. So you just open the wound which you have created, enter the anterior chamber, and just check the capsular, remove the anterior capsule. The hydrodissection should be very, very careful one. A small amount of fluid is injected in the sides, and because remember, there will be air bubble behind the nucleus. Don't go very aggressive hydrodissection. And rotate the nucleus. The center portion is already softened by the femto. What you need to just aspirate the center part. Once you aspirate that, you can see the division done by the femtosecond. Once the division, you just separate them. Each piece you can separate and then aspirate them. It's a very simple technique. Once you get used to it, much more easier for already you are doing a phacosurgeon. It's not a difficult technique at all. So you can see that each piece can come to the phaco port and then you get aspirated. The important thing, remember this particular femto cataract, the cortex removal is a tricky one. We normally do the second hydrodissection. Once you remove your nuclear pieces, just do the second hydrodissection, just loosen the cortex and then aspirate. Otherwise, it may be difficult. In spite of your second hydrodissection, maybe subincisional cortex may be difficult. Because when you cut the anterior capsule, the cortex is 400 micron of cortex is also cut, in closer to the anterior capsular head. And you can see the posterior capsule, the cortex is adherent to the posterior capsule also. So it is the technique. Subincisional thing, you can use a bimanual irrigation to aspirate. So then you can inject your IOL. I'm showing a matured cataract. What is the effect of femto in a matured cataract? You can see that the capsular excess is carried out, but you don't see you need a clear passage, clear structure, the femtosecond to pass through. In a dense cataract like this, you don't see much effect of the femtosecond. So once you remove the capsule, you could see that I'm literally doing a phaco on this case. So when you have a very hot cataract, you don't see the femtosecond to pass through, then you may not have much benefit with the femtosecond as on today. So I'm just chopping and then, dividing that. There is a small pupil. In a pupil, the smallest you can go with the femtosecond is about 4.6. I don't go less than 4.6. It's very difficult to perform. So I just put the femtosecond. You can see it going to the edges of the iris all around. You can see the pupil is constricting the moment the laser is delivered because it's very close to the pupil. And the air bubble and other rest of the procedure is done. But you must be having postoperatively the difficulty of removing this. This is an interesting case. I want to show it to you. You can see that the pressure, the fluid pressure in the cataract, which you can make it out with your OCT. And this case is very difficult case when you do manually. With femtosecond, you can very easily do the capsular excise and then complete the case. There is one more case interesting. I didn't expect this case to be good in corneal incision because you get a thick arcus and corneal chagrin. But we have done a femto with this patient. So to our surprise, the wound was very good. We are able to get through into the anterior chamber and remove the cataract without any issue. So sometimes, if you have enough, spaces in between, see the wound is very easily open. in spite of the arcus senilis. So, the femto is really here to help you or reduce your femto, the phaco, the ultrasound energy. At this moment, as on today, it is not completing the cases of cataract surgery. But centration of the IOL is your future aim. That's what you are focusing on as a cataract surgeon. That could be fulfilled with your femtosecond cataract. Either you put the lens in the back or back in the lens. Both will be very good with femtosecond capsulotomy. Induced coma and astigmatism can be corrected and can be reduced also. Future of femtosecond, how is it going to be? I'm telling you, femto is much more friendlier compared to other lasers. It can come down very easily. Femtocataract surgery will spread rapidly and will be done in the regular cataract theatre. You don't need 2 theatres as we are doing now. Surgeon would act like a consultant, explaining the option to the patient and oversee the procedure carried out by machines. Femtocataract will be highly automated in the future. Technicians will play more important role than doctors. Femto laser will be utilized in such a way to soften the cataract. The cataract extraction will be only an aspiration, not a chopping or cutting, nothing. Femtocataract surgery will be performed in the sitting posture. That's going to be seen in another 20, 30, 40 years' time. Cataract can be done in sitting posture. Surgery would survey, surgeon's role would be surveying and handling the complications. The real-time 3D OCT will give excellent images, guide the surgeon. The intraoperative aberrometry will also be introduced in cataract surgery in future. Fully accommodative IOL will be the holy grail. Electro-optical IOLs are on the way. It will be there in another 20, 30 years' time, giving a full accommodation. Presbyope correction will be accurate and repeatable. Medical treatment will increase the presbyopic age. You don't need wear glasses for presbyope at 40. It may increase to 45 to 50. And also the age for cataract surgery by reducing nuclear sclerosis. That's a medical treatment for cataract. People living longer may come with complicated cataracts in future. Automation will make the surgeon lose the microsurgical skill. And everything done by the machine, the surgeon loses the surgical skill. Very few surgeons will be available to handle complication in cataract surgery. The technology and technique will change the procedure, but not the need of the surgeon. Thank you.